Hello, I am Naikena Mutulili.
I am Shakinar Mutulili.
And we're here to present our citizenship project, Freedom Within Kenya.
So my sister and I both founded Freedom Within Kenya, right up there. And we founded it on the belief that every child that's born and raised in prison has a right to enjoy a safe, fun, and healthy childhood, just like all other children in a society.
Currently, under the prison system, there are over 20,000 women and 300 children aged between 0 to 5. These children are not there by choice. They are the children of the mothers who are inmates in these prisons and are forced to live with their mothers in those prison cells because there is no one there to care for them. This is an infringement on their children's rights. You can imagine a child at such a critical age, such a critical point in which they're supposed to be developing physically, in their health, socially, mentally, and because they're in a prison cell, it is impeded. It is known that Kenya government is responsible, the national government is responsible for the jurisdiction of the prisons, while the county government is responsible for children's rights. But who cares for the children's rights who are under the prison? This is the problem. We, as Freedom Within Kenya, have had previous drives catering to health and sanitation. We did this through installing a 10,000 water liter tank. We had a huge diaper drive, and we also had a beautification project where we painted the entire prison. But it was time to cater to the nutritional needs of those children. And through this, we came up with a food drive that we tackled on August 19th.
Just to add on how we also tackled the sanitation, we also got menstrual cups donated to the women, over 200 menstrual cups donated to the women, which are reusable so that they don't have to keep on buying pads, and now also caters to sanitation. So how did we tackle the problem that we've just mentioned? The first step is awareness. When we first brought up the idea of like children in prison and we talked to friends, people didn't know. They're like, there are children in prison, like really? And we're like, yeah, there are children in prison. People didn't know that. So what do you do to ensure that first people are aware of the problem? So that comes awareness. We have a social media page, Freedom Within KE, Instagram and Facebook. We made posters, we made flyers, and we posted them there. We also did a KTN interview where we talked about our project, what is it that we're doing, and also where we just appealed to the public to bring in the food donations. We took every single opportunity to speak about our project. Whether my mom was going for like a speaking engagement and we'd say, we're going to come with you, and then at the end of it, be like, so we have a project and we're doing this and this. Announcements in church, and literally calling your entire WhatsApp, everything. When you're called directly, telling them, hey, this is what we're doing, this is what we need from you. Even if you can't donate, spread the word, you know? Yeah.
Our next step was also tackling donor partners. Apart from speaking to all our friends and family, we knew we had to get people who are coming on board as organization, community partners, those who are around us that were willing to bring their organization to partner with this project. We were able to do this through active engagement. It wasn't only calling and speaking to them. We had to prepare presentations, send out emails, send out proposals, show our concept note, high-level objectives, mission statements, why their organization should partner with us. We did this through talking to Posh Palace here at Studio Spa, Symposium Church, Flores Contractors, and we even had a last-minute addition of people in university, people in high school, called Premier Prom Committee. After this, it was time to plan the food drive. The next part was logistics. We didn't want to just donate food. You don't want to just give them food and walk away. We had to interact with the prisoners, go to the source of the problem, say that we've come to bring this, but what else can we do? How much further can we go? How can we interact with you further and meet your needs and go to the source of the problem? We partnered with Mutulili, brought on the youth ministry, the women's ministry, ensured that we also spoke to other people all around us saying, how can we sort out transport, food, how many more people can join us, come to our project and ensure that you're not just giving that packet of food, but you're there to meet the prisoners, you're there to see the child, you're there to see the difference that you're making. what was achieved. In terms of our donations, we had over 40,000 Kenya shillings delivered and given to us in terms of monetary funds. We're also able to be given a 2,500 litre tank in addition to the 10,000 litre tank that was already installed in March. In addition to this, we also had over 300 plus donations. Knowing very well that this prison did not have things such as fridge, we knew that we had to get to dry baby foodstuffs. So we implored all people of the community to bring baby weaning porridge, whether it was Cerelac, Weetabix, dry baby foodstuffs that can cater both the nutritional needs of the children, but can also be stored in the prison for a long time.
In the social aspect, we managed to create a safe space for fellowship and mentorship. So first we had a sermon by one of the youth pastors just to remind the women that it's not the end of the road, that prison doesn't define your life forever, and that you can still become a resourceful member of the society after the time in prison has finished. The women's ministry led mentorship groups where we went into groups and we had honest conversations. Personally, it impacted me on a deeper level. Like, if you can see my face, I was like this is what goes on. Like, they were so open and honest, and I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting them to share such deep stories, and some of them just told me, I want you to learn from my mistakes. And just from that interaction with them, it's like a new perspective just like changed. Like, I was like, whoa, like this what's going on. Some of them just went to the pastors, to the youth workers, to the women, and they're saying, I want you to like pray for me, I want you to mentor me, tell me this is my problem, and I want change. So we were able to also inspire change through this mentorship sessions and fellowship sessions. But change didn't stop there. Other than the women inmates, those also changes perspectives, like on ourselves, our friends, and those who came with us. First of all, you just change the mindset that the only people that are able to start organizations and do like big change are like adults, and that's even what all of us Beacon Scholars, that's what we're doing, that's what we're telling other children. If you have an idea, say it. Also, there was a change of, you don't have to always donate something to make a difference, but your presence, being able to listen to them and just, just say, this is what's going on, I feel you, like, what, of course, like, it was more effective with the women ministry doing this, because, I mean, us saying, well, we've only lived like 16 years, and we're telling them, I feel you, like, I understand you, like, that's a bit. But it was honestly just, for me, wow, I can't even explain it. We also achieved fun. We had dances from the youth ministry, we sang songs, there was praise and worship, and honestly, at the end of the day, both the inmates and the youth that came with us reported a very successful day.
What difference did we make? Obviously, in regards at the physical level, we knew those dry baby foodstuffs would go a long way. We were now meeting the nutritional demands of those children. No longer were they going to be at the risk of having impediments in their physical development, at risk of having developmental deformities. They could have a healthy life just like any other child at the physical level of their lives. We were also able to ensure that the women that we spoke to had a change in spirit. As my sister mentioned, from prayer, mentorship, and fellowship, they realized that you're not defined by what you are. You're not a prisoner. You can decide who you are. And that's why we're called freedom within. They were able to free themselves within and realize that this is just a phase in their life. When they leave, they can still have ambition. They can still be who they want to be. One of the women that I talked to said that she would like to be a pastor and spread the message all around the world that she was able to be changed by herself and realize that I'm not a prisoner, I am a human being. At the level of the youth, as my sister has just spoken, they were also changed as well. We made a difference and we showed them that you yourself can be an instrument of change as well. And this is how we took people with us. The youth, my neighbor, the school members. My sister started a joint task force, the Freedom Within Kenya task force in school, where people could also become champions of change for freedom within, spread the message. We don't have to be the only ones saying that, hey, there are children in prison and you need to care for them. What are the lessons that we learned? The first lesson that we learned was the law of iteration. We did not come to this just by coming to it. It started from somewhere. In fact, the first time that we actually went there, we only had packet of juice, some diapers, and a few cans of baby food. To reach where we are today, we always had to repeat the process, do it again, make it better, refine it, to the point where we could be a voice, a credible voice to go speak to organizations. We couldn't go to an organization without our concept notes. We couldn't go to an organization without showing them what other successes we had had in the past. The second lesson that we learned is a journey is 1,000 steps. Start from where you are. Do not be intimidated by the fact that the only thing that you can bring is just those packets of baby diapers. Don't be intimidated by the fact that it was just us two starting. Let yourself start and be that fire to ignite an entire flame. And that is what we learned.
Yeah, onto that journey. Really, in the beginning, we didn't know that where we are, because it's been a year now, we didn't know that today we'd have done all these interviews and we'd have had so many people supporting us. When we went to paint the prison, there were speakers and we danced with all the inmates, and during that time, it was uncertain how many people were really going to come through. But when the gates opened, people really showed up. People do listen, especially when it's something you're passionate about. The third lesson that we learned, or really got to see it happen in front of our eyes, was Ubuntu. I am because we are. We need our community in order to affect meaningful change. Honestly, if it wasn't for our partners, people bringing in the diapers, people volunteering to just drive us there and be just there for transportation, even for those who said, I can't give, but I will screenshot your flyer and I will post it on my social media pages and I'll tell people what you're doing. If it wasn't just for those small actions, honestly, freedom within Kenya wouldn't be where we are today. And these lessons in how we'll apply them in our learning, honestly, we just learned how to trust in the process. Things in the beginning seem uncertain. They seem shaky. You don't know where they're heading. But through continuous improvement, teamwork, this all yields clarity and helps you find solutions towards your goal. This entire process just made me realize that when you want to go, the African proverb states that when you want to go faster, go alone. But when you want to go farther, go together.
And with this closing message, we'd like to give a big thank you to the Premier Prom Committee, Sitam Woodley Church, Posh Palace Hair and Studio Spa, and family and friends. Of course, to an amazing mother who's been a great patron, always giving us wisdom and guidance, and to the Beacon executive team for supporting us throughout this journey. Thank you very much all for you guys.